and welcome to Champions of Growth with Anand Rathi Wealth. I'm Avan Dabash, and today we are putting the spotlight on those individuals who quietly and consistently know how to build excellence within the organization that they cherish so much. So, today from the Mumbai team, we'll be celebrating Hemal Mehta, who has over 23 years of experience across leading institutions and a decade of deep impact at Anand Rathi Wealth. Since joining in the year 2016, he has an impressive AUM of 500 crores and anchored not just numbers, but in trust, discipline, and unwavering client first mindset. He's known for his calm approach and attention to detail, and he has the ability to simplify complex notions, clearly defining the growth at Anand Rathi Wealth. Thank you so much, Hemal, for joining in. Let's dive straight in because over the past decade, we have seen a lot of new things being included and a very new strategy as well at Anand Rathi Wealth. They offer only two products, and this is in a market which is flooded with so many options. What is your view, and how has it worked for you and your clients?
Thank you, Avan, for the introduction. Yeah, you're right. At Anand Rathi, we follow a two-product approach. So initially, when we took that out to clients, it was a bit challenging with so many products being available in the industry. But I think clients who understand the strategy understand that what we are talking to them is for their benefit, and a lot of things are things which are repetitions in the portfolio with so many mutual funds, stocks, direct equity. I mean, these are all, I mean, one and the same thing where the money is going in the same market. So what we're trying to do here is to simplify things. And one thing that we learned from our CEO, Mr. Rakesh Rawal, and also Firoz, that a simple problem needs a simple solution. So we don't need to complicate the portfolio too much for a 15% targeted strategy return. A simple strategy delivers. So that is what we've seen. And for the clients who've been with us over the last decade or so, they've been extremely happy. And testament to that has been a lot of references that we keep receiving from clients.
Mm.
So I mean that's the benefit of, I mean, a consistent approach that we've been following over a period of time.
Absolutely. And I'm sure a lot of your clients are very thrilled because tell us a little bit more, has there, because you at Anand Rathi or the company is core really focuses on client centricity. So since you were talking about the interactions that you have with clients and the kind of feedback you get, what has that been like? How have you seen that client centricity concept actually come alive with your clients at Anand Rathi Wealth?
There have been several instances over the past decade where we've seen this in action. Client is the focal point of the entire thing that we do here. So in terms of, and that is reflected across every part of our strategy,
Mm.
be it in us being fearless in telling the client what does he need to do, and to make him understand, because the strategy here is an educative based strategy. We try to make the client understand why we are doing what we are doing. So once the client understands why we are asking them to do certain things, then it becomes very logical. So everything that we do here follows logic. And in terms of client centricity, I mean, one of the examples during COVID times, we had a lot of funds. I mean, basically, I mean, Franklin Templeton was one of the funds where clients were stuck, and we gave them a call to exit all of these funds, even though that meant us losing a lot of AUM. But keeping the client in focus, that is what we did. And apart from that, there are a lot of things on the tax front, on their wills, on their estate planning. And we take a personal interest to ensure that, I mean, clients' wills, trusts are in place. And so we are not only talking to them about business, but things which would lead to their legacy passing on to the next generation. So this is what we focus on. So I mean, there are several instances like this where, I mean, client centricity has been the focus.
That's wonderful. Absolutely. And there's also been the inclusion over the last decade of structured products, and that has led to great outcomes in your client portfolios. Tell us some of your key learnings from this, or what has been your experience particularly?
So one of the key learning over the last 20 odd years that I've been in the market is that markets are dynamic. So while,
Mm.
I mean, people over a longer period of time, I mean, averages hide a lot of things. While the average says that the market has given 10-12% return, but every 2-3 year pockets, you would see some of the other factor, whether it's domestic or international, which has impacted the markets, and that has impacted returns. So
Mhm.
clients who are only focused on mutual funds would see a portfolio which is more volatile. And while people say they are long-term investors, but everybody cannot digest that kind of a volatility. So a structured product comes as a very handy tool where it acts as an anchor in the portfolio, which is marginally linked to the market, and it helps in giving the client a 14-15% kind of a return with a sideways market movement. So which is what the structured product has worked very well for us as a plan B. And the confidence of the client increases after the client sees one maturity in the structure. So initially, I mean since it's a new thing, not widely prevalent, but now it is catching up. And as people understand the benefit of having that in the portfolio, I mean majority of our clients who invest in the structures are repeat investors. So almost 98% of our clients repeat their investment in the structure. So I mean that's a good thing, I would say.
That absolutely is. And I know that, at Anand Rathi Wealth, you've spent a long time here. Do you have any personal lessons, any professional lessons that have really left a mark on you? Would you like to share some instances or examples?
I think, I mean, many. This I call Anand Rathi. It is a learning school. It's a B school. I mean, even if you've not gone to some Ivy League college or something, there's so many learnings that you pick up every day from everybody around. I mean, from juniors, from our peers, from superiors. So everybody, it's a learning, and the learning curve has been immense in terms of how we conduct ourselves with clients. What is it that we talk about in terms of our strategy, and we are so well trained about each and everything about macro happenings and what is it that is impacting the client. So that is something which is in our DNA, which we all are proud of. And that is something which really stands out. And also, daily interactions with our CEO Rakesh Rawal, Firoz Aziz, I mean, who are the best in the industry. And
Yeah.
apart from that, I mean, various colleagues, I mean, there's several of us who've now completed over a decade. And so you're rubbing shoulders everybody every day with the some of the best minds in the industry. So that has a rub-on effect on us. And I think that's all the discussions that we have are very, very enriching and fulfilling.
Wonderful. And I'm sure that with all these enriching experiences, there's a lot of exciting things to look forward to as well into the future. So, what is exciting you most about the direction in which Anand Rathi Wealth is headed? And how do you, more importantly, see yourself evolving in this wonderful ecosystem?
Absolutely. So when I talk about the company, I mean, when 2016, when I joined, there was a particular method to doing things, and we've evolved and evolved in a very good way. And when we got listed, which was around 4 years ago, we were managing around 25,000 crores of AUM, and shortly we would be hitting 1 lakh crores of AUM. So the company has seen a huge amount of growth. Our market cap has is up at 10x from the time that we've listed. And there's a lot of money which now keeps, clients who keep coming to us through references and also through our website leads. A lot of people want to join us after seeing the performance and the goodwill that Anand Rathi Group has created. So that's very exciting. On a personal front, while we are currently in the small cap index, I would want to see Anand Rathi in the Nifty sometime over the next decade. And I don't think with the way we've been going, that's far away. So that's on the company front. And personally, yeah, as the company grows, I have also grown personally, and it has been a very satisfying experience to be associated with a brand which is growing well known and has a very good goodwill in the market. And Rathiji as a brand name, whenever, I mean, there's so many people that he knows in the industry, and people know him. So as a brand, that is something very fulfilling to work with. So, and as a culture, I would say, very few companies would match the culture that we and that the management has built here. So overall, it's been a very good experience.
Absolutely. I have no doubt about that. And I have no doubt that the goals that you want for the company as well are going to be fulfilled very soon. Okay, now before we let you go, let's get into a quick rapid fire round. Okay, so just
Wow.
quick, snappy answers.
Yeah.
If you had to say, that clients call you meticulous and they call you calm, what is the one habit that you practice daily that keeps you so grounded?
I think consistency. I mean, day in, day out, doing the same thing. Consistency would be the word.
Okay. What has mattered the most to you in your journey building a 500 crore AUM? Is it patience, Is it process or is it the people? And tell us why.
Uh, I think all of it.
Okay.
I can't single out anything out of this. I mean, process is something that we've been fed with. People is, I mean, and people, we are banking on people to help us, and I mean, we take support,
Yeah.
and a lot of patience, of course, is needed because I mean, if you get, I mean, deviated, then this is not the place for you. You have to be at it, and I think all of these things have led to where I am today.
Okay, and if you had to describe your journey at Anand Rathi Wealth in maybe 2 or 3 words, what would they be?
Think hard work and determination. I think you need fire in the belly. I would say that because uh, I mean the world is your oyster. I mean there are lots of things out there for you to grab if you want to, and the organization gives you that platform to do that. So I would say that, yeah, fire in the belly.
Ah, wonderful. And Hemal, thank you so much for joining in. I think your journey really reminds us that the kind of growth that you've built isn't done in a hurry, but it's done with trust, it's done with consistency, and this relentless focus on clients. And at Anand Rathi Wealth, you are one of the quiet champions who clearly define what true growth looks like. So thank you for joining in.
Thank you, Aman, for your kind words.